pregame show.
Good evening, sports fans. This is 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny Smith. Tonight we'll see the Miami Heat playing against the Philadelphia 76ers. For the 76ers, they come in off a win in their last game against Dallas. Now, this is a grudge match. They lost in the conference finals against this squad last season. It could get chippy. And tonight, we'll see Andre Drummond, one of the more voracious rebounders in league history. But, Shaq, where does he stand as a franchise-level player?
Well, he affects winning, but he can hurt the floor spacing, Kenny.
Well, if this was in the 90s, you know, his offense, he could become a franchise player. But the way the game is played now, it's not. But he has a consistent motor, and he is a beast.
You know who else is a beast?
Who's that?
Kevin Harlan, standing by courtside.
We're in a place they call the American Airlines Arena in downtown Miami, Florida. Right on the water, the home of the Heat, where we're broadcasting live today. You're in for a treat as we bring you NBA basketball on 2K Sports. Kevin, take a look at the 76ers. Well, they come into every game with confidence, and this game is no different. Two elite teams put each other to the test, certainly, every time they meet. A lot on the line in this one, though.
And it's in your DNA. You come up against a natural rival, you're going to be a little bit salty.
You know, that's what makes these games great. I mean, no love lost between these two squads. It's great competition with a little animus sprinkled in there.
And nothing tips off a broadcast like getting the lowdown from the sidelines. And we've got David Aldridge there for that. David, good evening.
Well, guys, Ben Simmons grew up playing Australian rules football. Maybe one reason he's so comfortable attacking defenses and creating. He said, you have to read the defenders, draw them, then get rid of it. Otherwise, you're going to get tackled. Well, that's a foul in the NBA, but I understand his sentiment, guys.
And David, he is not shy about contact at all. Thanks. Well, we got plenty of youth on both sides. Clark, what's it like to be part of an up-and-coming team in this league?
You know what, Kevin? I think it's a mixed bag. I think it's both very exciting and on occasion extremely frustrating because you don't know what you don't know, and the lack of experience sometimes is more prevalent with young teams than more experienced ones. So watching both of these teams develop over time is really going to be fun to see how their journey plays out.
These coaches will need a lot of patience, though, and the veterans on the team, too.
Exactly, both ways. You're right.
It'll be the Heat off the tip. All right, let's set the floor. Courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. So on the floor for Philadelphia, we've got Joel Embiid, Booker out there with Ben Simmons. Then it's Josh Jackson, and it's Favors in at the forcer. The shot by Adebayo, no good. And so it's Jackson who brings it up for the Philadelphia 76ers. For three, Booker, it's Adebayo with the rebound. George looking over the floor. Now the feed to Richardson. Good D by Booker. Now the 76ers with it. This, of course, their first chance to play Miami this season.
And this is a team they battled in the conference finals last season, coming up short.
Yeah, a bitter pill to swallow, too. I mean, when you face that team again, that's always, not just in the back of your head, it's in the front of your mind, too. Getting a win would be some kind of consolation.
Now, here is George after Ben Simmons' miss. Richardson kicks to Drummond. And the rejection by Embiid.
And Embiid is a determined defender. I mean, slotting away shots. He's got excellent reach and timing. Makes him a good shot blocker.
Now here's Booker. Last game, 26 points. 6 to shoot. No good off the back of the rim.
Still can't get anything going here after 3 tries.
Here's George. Offensive rebound. Kicks it out to Richardson. Jackson against George. A second chance effort. Basket good. George has got the game going here with the first basket for Miami.
And so it begins, taking control right up front.
And, you know, Greg, that's what you like to see, grabbing hold of the lead right now, right away.
They are 0 for the game thus far. 0 of 4 here, still looking for their first make.
Here's Richardson on the money from 12 feet away.
Working the in-between area, the kind of look that can get you into a rhythm early.
Yeah, and I think all credit goes to that being just good offense. I mean, those are the kind of shots they want, and they got it.
And Philadelphia decides to take their first timeout right here. I want to keep it rolling here following the win against Dallas.
Really an intimidating style of defense. I mean, they challenged everything at the rim, and that led them to victory.
Greg, they expended maximum energy, but it was well worth it. I mean, they earned that win with their defense.
Yeah, trying to get going here, but that's an offer for the first 5 here to start the game.
Out of bounds, Philadelphia takes possession. Let's check out the Eastern Conference standings now that we're in the new year. Taking a look at Philadelphia, holding on to second spot in the conference. A great season for them so far. And, of course, the Heat, 3 games behind.
And I think for Miami, as talented a team as they are, has performed at a very high level this season. Everything's gone according to plan up to this point.
And they're not a team that other teams look forward to facing. They're only going to get scarier the deeper into the season we get.
Now, here's Richardson after Ben Simmons' miss. Down low, and it's Drummond with the jam.
And I like the timing, Kevin, that Drummond has on these alley-oops. That's not as easy as he makes it look. He knows precisely when to leave the ground to receive the pass and finish it off.
And that Unleash Chaos replay presented by Under Armour. Hover Havoc, giving us a chance to relive that exciting play.
And after missing 4 straight, he finally gets one to go.
And we're approaching about 3.5 minutes played in the first quarter. Here's Fox, and it's Fox with the jam.
Yeah, I love how Fox uses that wiry frame of his. He's eel-like in his ability to get to spots he wants to get to. He's always under control despite playing at a high rate of speed.
Clearly, he's one of the best there is in the business when it comes to making that lead pass.
Miami leading by 4. And for so long, it seems Derek Favors has played in a crowded front court, but still can get the job done.
And Favors has shown his versatility and impact in spot minutes his whole career. Every team can use a player like Favors. He just eats up space inside and can play that tough D. Offensively, I think he'd like to get back to where he was around 2015, and hopefully he'll find the chances to do so.
Here's Simmons after the made shot from Andre Drummond. Embiid with it. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against the Mavericks in Dallas.
And we got to talk about his 4 steals on the night. That's a complete performance at both ends of the floor.
Now here's Booker after the miss from Andre Drummond. Booker right side. Outside Simmons. Kicks it out to Booker. 2 on the clock. Miami grabs the miss. Adebayo's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Richardson against Booker. Richardson, no luck.
Cannot give him that much room from mid-range. They got to feel lucky he didn't knock that one down.
Here's Simmons. Shoots over Fox. Here's Favors. And he banks in the layup.
Boy, I like seeing that toughness on the offensive glass. Did a nice job judging, anticipating where the miss was going, and then putting it back in. Nicely done.
And Miami calls their first time out of the game. Well, Clark, a few teams at this point in the season have battled through back-to-back games. Just how hard is that on the body to play in consecutive nights in this league?
As I recall, Kevin, it wasn't terribly difficult. As a matter of fact, I kind of enjoyed it. You could either get the bad taste of a loss out of your mouth quickly by playing another game. You didn't have to really practice. There's some energy concerns, obviously, but when you're well rested and excited about playing, you find the energy But I do believe there's studies that show there's a greater probability for injury the more back-to-back games that you have. That's one of the reasons the league has sought to minimize the number of back-to-back games across the schedule.
Here's Dinwiddie after the made shot from Joel Embiid. Dinwiddie passes to Nurkic. Winslow against Rose. On the wing, Winslow. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game. And not going to go. He misses the first attempt on the night. Booker looking around. Here's Simmons. He's coming off a 28-point game against Dallas.
And equally impressive on the backboards. I thought his rebounding was huge.
Now here's Simmons from deep three-point range. No good from Booker.
He's been anything but his usual self this quarter. It's actually been ugly to see.
Covington against Winslow. That's in, and he found his range with that one. Now 1 for 2.
And giving up some height, he just finds a way to carve out a little separation.
Yeah, you know, he doesn't back down from anybody, Greg. Effective at getting the room he wants and then gets his shot off in time.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
There's Dinwiddie. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. And Nurkic gets it to go. And the Heat lead by 3.
Really, really good at recognizing the gaps and getting the ball to the rim.
And Simmons kicks to Covington. Pass to Booker. Good ball movement here by the 76ers. Lets it go with the 3. Again, the miss by Booker.
And I think that one could have easily have fallen for him.
Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. To the inside. Rose finds Embiid. That one's not going to go. Great D that time from Nurkic. Here's Dinwiddie. He's covered by Rose. Passes it to Nurkic. Winslow against Embiid. Pass to Nurkic. Goes back up. And that's 2 points on the layup. Nurkic has got his second bucket tonight.
And that one gives them a +5 rebound advantage, Kevin.
Pretty clear they're dominating that area. They've come out with a lot more energy and effort so far.
Now here's Covington. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. 5 to shoot. Booker the pass to Embiid. Another miss by Philadelphia.
And there was no effort on behalf of the defense. None. I mean, the shooter has to be upset with himself for missing that shot. That's exactly how you set the table. Great dime there.
The 76ers trail by 7. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Nurkic with the block, and he gets it back. That one is good from Joel Embiid. Now a timeout called by Miami. Both teams will make substitutions. And where have the shots been coming from tonight? Here's a look broken down by paint, mid-range, and three-point shot attempts so far for the 76ers.
And they've pretty much ignored the corner 3 tonight. It's a useful shot to have. It really forces the D out wide and opens things up in the middle.
Now, here's Fox. A 20-point game for him in the win against Cleveland.
And he was also a terrific creator in that game as well. His assist totals show you what a fantastic all-around effort it was.
Covington's shot is off. And here's George. He'll bring it up for the Heat. Leading by 5. Coming into this, having notched a win against Cleveland in their last game.
Playing on the road, always a challenge, but it becomes a heck of a lot easier when you can shoot the 3-ball the way they did.
And, Greg, they were shooting that thing with confidence, boy. Every time they got a clean look from deep, the trigger was pulled.
Wow. Here's Rose. After the basket by Jusuf Nurkic. Favors with the ball. Now guarded by Nurkic. Up top, Covington. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call.
Now a chance to see the numbers for George. He's been a factor for them over the last month, averaging about 22 points per, 3 assists and 4 rebounds. And he brings that offensive firepower to the team. Scoring just comes naturally.
And, you know, defenses are throwing everything at him, yet he's still able to put up points. He's really unstoppable.
Now, here's Fox. Looking at the numbers, he's averaging about 20.5 points a game. Here's Drummond, and another basket for Miami.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
Rose against Fox. Jackson in the corner. A three-pointer off the mark. Out of bounds. Philadelphia takes possession. And now let's turn to the 2K leaderboard for a look at the squads that have the most points in transition over the past 10 games. The Heat third.
I mean, no doubt for me that they've hit their stride the last few weeks. I mean, they are punishing the defenses with that up-tempo style.
The 76ers trail by 9. And the Sixers' strength, Clark, on the offensive end is how many ways they can attack a team.
Yeah, I agree with you there. Deadly in transition because of Simmons' size, speed, and passing ability. And if they don't have something in the initial thrust, Embiid, always an option to go to in the low post. They shoot it well from multiple positions. They've got a lot to like offensively.
The 76ers again can't hit it. And it's Miami's ball. Big stretch here going 10-2. Nurkic.
And jumping out like this, man, you automatically start thinking blowout.
Yeah, you know, it's early for sure, but still, they're flat out owning this team right now.
Out to Favors. The pass to Covington. .27 seconds left here in the first quarter. Great D that time from Nurkic. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Really the right play defensively. If you can't block, force them to the line.
Yeah, exactly. Prevent the layup, give them a little bump, and then maybe they'll think twice about coming into the lane next time. And if they don't think about it, at least they might be distracted by your presence.
And the first one drops. And so he hits both.
And what an advantage. You really feel like you can always trust him when he's at the line.
Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Rose against Fox. Here's Jackson. Yes, and it's Rose with the assist that time. Jackson's got his first bucket of the night.
And Rose must continue to focus on his facilitating. When he does that, this is a dangerous team.
Jusuf Nurkic has been on display for the Miami Heat. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that terrific basketball instinct on display. Back right after this. Devin Booker talks about the great intangibles of his young teammate, Josh Jackson.
Plays super hard. He does everything out there. His instincts are incredible. I've never seen anything like it. Just defensively and offensively, just knows where to be at the right time. Gets his hands on a lot of loose balls.
A nice swing pairing for sure. Booker providing offense and Greg Jackson known for his defense.
And a young team hungry for improvement. Kevin, they're both looking to be a big part of that.
And welcome back to the second quarter of action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And quite a position here for the Heat to be in. What do you guys think?
Just playing suffocating defense. That's been the difference here for them.
You know, Greg, I love watching this team get after it on defense. I mean, they play with a bit of edge and nastiness.
Nurkic is out there with JaMychal Green. Then it's Winslow, and it's Dinwiddie in at the point. That's the group on the floor for Miami. Covington's shot is off.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
And it's been a well-rounded performance. I mean, strong rebounding has certainly been at the center of it, but it's been good on a number of levels.
On the wing, Jackson, covered by Winslow. Jackson kicks to Rose. Now Dedmon. 8 points his last outing. Here's Favors. Nurkic with the block. And he recovers it. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. Miami leading by 11. Here in the second quarter with a little over a minute gone. Winslow kicks to Green. Over Dedmon. That shot off. And the 76ers go the other way with it. And for Jusuf Nurkic, you see the flashes of how dominant he can be in every game.
I mean, the potential is there, and he is working hard to find that consistency. I do believe he's noticeably better when he plays with an edge. He's more in tune with what's going on. You almost want to rile him up or do something to tick him off before every game to get the best out of him.
Herter. And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a three-point play chance here for him.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for Miami.
They pounded the ball inside in the first half, forcing the D to collapse, and that frees up the shooters going forward.
Another part of their game that's been working for them in the early going tonight is their post play, getting it done inside.
Clark, you were in Indiana after being drafted by the Pacers for a few seasons. Who are some of the more talented guys you played with there?
Well, Herb Williams, a teammate of mine at Ohio State, really outstanding big guy, mobile, could shoot it, excellent defender, shot blocker, and a high-quality guy. Vern Fleming was a guard that had size, excellent defender, driver of the ball. Wayman Tisdale, may he rest in peace. We lost Wayman a number of years ago to cancer. Really a gifted scorer. Steve Stepanovich, he and I both had to retire about the same time due to different knee trouble. And he was a rugged, mobile, good shooting big guy who I think would have continued to excel had he not had to retire.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
And it's Dinwiddie with the ball. Bringing it up now for the Miami Heat. Next up in the docket, the Bucks following this one. And that game is the second of two straight at home. Poke loose. "13 feet away. Shot is good, and the Heat's lead is cut down to just 10 points on the bucket from Jackson.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
You know, the defense, Greg, has really been kept off balance because of the outstanding baskets. 4 straight field goals have been made off an assist.
Here's Nurkic, drilled from 11 feet out. Nurkic has got 12 in the game.
And when they've gone to him, he has come through big time. You got to keep getting him touches.
Timeout called, the 76ers.
Yeah, he's got to make some adjustments here. Just too easy to score in the lane against them right now.
Yeah, there's no reason why they should be scoring at will down there easily as they have. I mean, they've got to be more aggressive inside. A chance here, Kevin, to take a look at the 76ers and how they rank in the NBA right now.
And also, I love their work on the boards. I mean, they put multiple bodies in the paint. Truly a team effort, and that's why they're the best in the league.
Covington against Green. Covington finds Favors. And the rebound by Nurkic.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Yeah, double-digit advantage on the scoreboard. They've taken the initiative. They've played, I think, with more purpose so far.
Rose passes to Favors. Jackson deciding where to go with it. It's Covington on the wing. Favors passes to Jackson. Rejected by Nurkic, and he recovers it. Favors can't get it to go.
Well, he mistimed it just a skosh. Don't think the defense really had an impact. I think he just flat out missed it.
Here's Dinwiddie. He's covered by Rose. Green kicks to Winslow. Shot clock at 6. The 17-footer. And Philadelphia grabs the miss. Favors has got 4 rebounds now tonight. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
And plenty of contact on the shot. So 2 free throws coming up. And there's the call. Miami with the foul.
And watching Robert Covington and how he plays out there. Great 3-and-D guy. The ultimate role player on a team. And he just gels well with his teammates and doesn't force shots.
2 shots.
The first free throw is good. And Greg with Covington, he makes a point with his game to take what the defense gives him.
And sometimes that means Covington will go nights where he shoots very little. He's okay with that. He's focused on efficiency and making the best decision for the team. Only cares about wins and a true team player.
And both free throws good for Covington.
Boy, he's got a great stroke from the line. That's not something we can say about all the league's big guys.
Fox dishes to George. And it's blocked. And he's able to get it back. And they get it back. Covington with the steal. And now here comes Simmons leading the break. Rose gets a wide open look. The basket good off the assist from Simmons. Simmons got 3 assists tonight.
Boy, what's most impressive about Simmons is how he finds the open man so consistently. The vision, the unselfishness. That's what you want to see out of him.
Buries it from 3-point range. George has got 5 points so far.
And he can smell blood in the water. Excellent finish.
Yeah, no let up. Killer instinct on display, trying to put this team away. I love the tenacity.
And didn't do anything fancy there, but didn't need to.
Nope, his only concern right now is getting the points on the board. And I don't mean style points.
Hey, I thought there was some style there, guys. What are you guys looking at? I mean, it was still a pretty sweet, flavorful one-hand flush.
Well, there you go. I mean, if they're going to keep giving up open jumpers, they're going to keep getting burned.
Tipped away. Covington finds Simmons. Embiid trying to break loose. And with that, the Heat lead is cut down to 11 on the bucket from Simmons. Fox passes to George. Back to Fox. Outside, George. Unloads. And good. And it takes a nice bounce off the right iron and down. George has got 5 points now this quarter. And the 76ers call time here. When it comes to initiating this play, Clark, for your mind, who are the perimeter pick-and-roll ball handlers right now in the game?
Well, the guys that come to mind for me, Chris Paul is fantastic in the pick-and-roll. Damian Lillard is outstanding. James Harden. And I think Victor Oladipo is getting better. I mean, he's so good at finding seams and using his athleticism to get to the bucket, and he's really grown as a finisher. Kyrie Irving is just a terrific one-on-one player. Sometimes he doesn't even need the screen guy. He's so good with the ball. And obviously Steph Curry is in that category too.
From downtown, Ben Simmons with the rebound.
His shot's just, it's not there right now with his team leading. Perhaps, let's focus on some other areas of the game.
They get it back to the paint. The kick out to Rose. Simmons left side. A second chance effort. Rebound Andre Drummond. Drummond's got his 5th rebound right now in the game.
Seems like he's in a hurry. He's kind of rushing his shot. Clearly out of rhythm right now. That's a big reason why they're losing.
Here's George. It's hauled in by the 76ers.
Not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track.
And Booker kicks to Rose. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. And now a chance to see what's coming up for Philadelphia. On Monday, they'll go up against LeBron James and the Los Angeles Lakers. Then on Wednesday, they'll be matching up with Andre Drummond and the Miami Heat.
And for that matchup against the Nets, this is one where it would take a complete meltdown for them not to come away with the win. Anything can happen, but I'd be shocked if they don't come out on top.
First one falls for him.
And you got to love watching Rose play the game. His intense style can be infectious out there, and I think it really does elevate his teammates.
And so he makes both from the line.
And working, Kevin, themselves to the line here in the second. A nice way to get your offense going.
And maybe cause some foul trouble along the way as well. We know what that can do. It pays off typically in good fashion for you.
Booker in the corner. Yes, and it's Rose with the assist that time. Booker's got 6.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Everybody on the same page, completely in sync, tremendous communication and awareness.
And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Drummond. And the 76ers with some changes. Derek Favors checked in for Rose, and Josh Jackson subbed in for Robert Covington. Here's Booker. He's got 6. Over Fox. That's in, and the Miami lead is cut down now to just 4 in the basket from Booker.
And, it's obvious he's a talented scorer. I mean, that's a given. A guy you can depend on to get it done in a lot of ways.
Drummond dishes to George. Embiid with the steal. And now the 76ers on the break. Simmons is running. And Embiid, the bucket on the assist by Simmons. And now just a 2-point Miami lead. Now a timeout called by Miami. And there's so much speculation early in Embiid's career if he would even pan out. It's become clear, Clark, that he was worth the wait.
Well, it was all injury related in terms of the questions because he sat out his first 2 years in the league with some type of injury. Those injury concerns, really the only reason that people question him, the talent, the size, and you love his personality as well. But this guy has tremendous skills, and he's going to be an all-star for years to come if he's healthy.
Richardson the pass to Adebayo. And stolen by Favors. And stolen by Richardson. To the middle. Fox kicks to George. To the inside. And stolen by Booker. Oh, and here we go. Jackson, nobody back. No good. That would have tied it. The Heat with the lead. Feeds it to Fox. Can they get it? The shot's good. Fox has got his second basket of the night.
Yeah, I like it. I like it. Fox continues to get better from the mid-range just the way he wants to.
A fadeaway. No good from Simmons.
I wonder what the score would be if they weren't controlling the backboard.
And, Greg, it's clearly been their edge. And in a close game like this, you look for every edge you can find.
De'Aaron Fox, another hyper-athletic point guard out of Kentucky. Great size at 6'4". He can impact the game at both ends.
And De'Aaron Fox made his mark at Kentucky with his terrific on-ball defense. He puts a lot of pressure on.
Yeah, I mean, he picks up 94 feet, and that's really how you set the bar for your team, with how hard you compete at the defensive end.
The first free throw is good.
Boy, I like the focus and unselfishness Fox brings to the court. A strong defender with lightning-quick reflexes in every spot.
So he gets them both. The 76ers trail by 6. Inside. Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. To the middle. It's deflected. Gets it to go. That one good from Adebayo.
And he found the soft spot in the D on that possession.
Philadelphia shooting struggles apparent. 37% from the field. Booker finds Simmons. There's 1:17 left now here in the second. Clock at 6. It's Adebayo with the rebound. Adebayo's got his 8th rebound here tonight. And Drummond gets it to go on the assist by Richardson. Richardson's got his 3rd assist on the night. The 76ers shooting around 43% from the floor in the second quarter. Simmons on the wing. Guarded by Fox, and Simmons kicks to Booker. The 76ers need to get off a shot. They blow the whistle just as he gets it off. That's 2 points with a chance for another one at the stripe. For Philadelphia, they have been solid at the line so far. 4 for 4.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
That one misses for Favors.
And really credit their advantage on the backboard. That's where the lead has been built, and that's why they are in control.
Greg, simply controlling the glass. I mean, plus 10 is the advantage in rebounds right now.
Pass to Simmons. "20 seconds left in the first half." To the wing right side. Near the three-point line, it's Booker. And too long on the shot. Now, here's Fox. So it's Richardson with the jam.
Really sweet passing from Fox. He's a reliable floor general and has great vision on the court.
And so it's the Miami Heat. 13 points up at the end of the period. They've been playing some inspired defense, giving up very few easy points. Right back after this break.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to 2K Sports, the halftime show. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. Boy, we have a lot to discuss. Miami did not hesitate to set the pace. They launched into a 6-0 run with an impressive effort on both ends of the floor. After a well-executed first quarter, they held the lead by 11. Then in quarter number 2, they actually increased their intensity to pull further out in front, finishing with a double-digit advantage at the half. Let's hear from you, Shaq, on the Heat first half.
Well, what's really shifted the game in their favor has been their rebounding. They got a good edge on the boards, and that's a product of their hard work. All 5 guys been battling, putting everything they have to fight on the glass. That needs to remain the focus for 2 more quarters if they want to hang on to that lead.
And Kenny, what are your thoughts on Philadelphia?
To me, they look out of sync shooting the basketball. under 40% for the first half. Some of it was poor shot selection, but mostly it just looked like they were out of rhythm. For the second half, they need to push more for buckets in transition. Get to the foul line a little bit more. Try to get back in the flow.
That's all for now. Say goodbye to the folks. Thanks
Goodbye,
for
folks.
joining us. Third quarter, just about ready to begin.
A shot of American Airlines Arena in the whites of Miami, Florida. Welcome back, everyone, to the action here. And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next two quarters are any different from the first two. So far, it has been a runaway. One guy who's been getting it done is Jusuf Nurkic.
Unbelievable the way he dominated that offensive glass in those first two quarters. Just a great effort for him for the entire half.
Guys, you've heard me say it before, but persistence pays. And it takes that kind of persistence to be a successful offensive rebounder. As a fellow glass eater, I know of which I speak. Those guys that rebound effectively don't give up on it.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. So on the floor for Philadelphia, Jackson is out there with Favors. Then there's Ben Simmons. Then there's Embiid, and it's Booker in a shooting guard.
Well, it helps when you can bounce like Jackson when it comes to making these alley-oops look spectacular. Way to go, young fella.
George against Jackson. From 10 feet out, here's Drummond. Kicks it out to Richardson. Second chance shot. Drummond trying to get himself free. Richardson no luck. And so Booker will bring it up for Philadelphia. They trail by 11. To the middle and stolen by Drummond. Booker against Richardson. He feeds it to Fox. And it's out of bounds. The Heat able to retain possession here. And about a minute of action so far in the third quarter. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and two shots coming up.
And a moment now to see some numbers for Embiid. He's right around 17 points a night, 11 rebounds, and just over 2 blocks. And he brings that offensive firepower to the team. Scoring just comes naturally.
And, you know, defenses are throwing everything at him, Sid, yet he's still able to put up points. He's really unstoppable.
The first free throw is good. He hits both from the stripe. Here in this third quarter, just over a minute play. Simmons against Fox. Now here's Simmons. He's covered closely. Chalk up 2 there.
And really with Simmons, the guy just has everything, including that soft mid-range jumper.
Richardson kicks to Fox. Back to Richardson. Down low. Stolen by Jackson. On the wing, Booker. Richardson cover. No good from Booker. The Heat leading by 11. And stolen by Simmons. And now Philadelphia on the break. Baseline jumper. The rebound by Paul George.
and a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Yeah, rebounding has been a big key in this one, Greg. They've asserted their will and have taken control on the glass.
Ugh, ugly start to the second half. They've missed their first 4. They've got to get on track.
Here's Simmons. And with that one, the lead is trimmed to single digits. Simmons got 4 this quarter.
Boy, what skill from Simmons. I mean, so adept at reading the defense and exploiting them in the paint.
Here's George. It's hauled in by the 76ers. Embiid's got 6 rebounds now in the game.
Ouch. 5 shots without a make. That's a really ragged start coming out of halftime.
For Miami, they've gone 0-5 to the start of the second quarter. Extremely cold shooting coming out of the locker room. Jackson against George. Passes to Richardson. Good ball movement here by Miami. Here's Drummond. Shoots over Embiid, and that's an air ball. Not even close. Booker against Richardson. No good from Simmons. The Heat leading by 9. George dishes to Richardson. To end the drought, the shot's good on the assist by George. George has got his 4th assist in this one.
Great job getting to the right spot on the court. Beautiful passing all the way around.
And Philadelphia calls time here.
And Paul, all-star, an all-NBA performer, and multiple all-defense selections.
And here's a look now at the shot chart showing the field goals attempted locations for Booker.
And this is a bit of a nightmare game for him thus far. Just nothing working, and it has to be affecting his confidence. He just doesn't look like the player he normally is out there, and you can see it in his body language after every missed shot. Boy, this is tough.
To the paint, here's Embiid, and the dunk by Embiid.
It's dangerous now letting Embiid get this deep. You're asking to get posterized with the throwdown.
And Paul George has made it a goal to win Defensive Player of the Year.
I mean, he's got tremendous length and quickness, but really his pride at that end of the floor might matter even more. He just takes great pride in being a complete player.
That one good for 2.
Fox is so good at exploiting the pick and roll. When the defense goes under the screen, he knows exactly what to do. Burn them with the jumper.
Simmons on the wing. Fades. And it goes down 2 points. Simmons got 6 points in the quarter. And here's George. He'll bring it up for Miami. They've led by as many as 14 points. Pass to Adebayo. Lobbed up there for Drummond. Embiid with the steal. Simmons feeling it out a bit. And it's sent back by George.
Well, I tell you what, Paul George is so tough on defense. Love the way he gets after people. He's excellent at staying in the play as well as staying in his stance so he can come up with rejections and deflections.
To the middle. Here's Adebayo. Good, and a nice assist from Fox. Fox has got his 4th assist in this one. And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for the Heat.
Their defense has been outstanding, closing out on shots and blocking a few as well.
They haven't wasted time getting the ball up the court tonight either, and it's resulted in a lot of fast break points.
Ben Simmons, such a force when catching the ball, moving at the rim. But you know, Clark, he can get there on his own just as well.
Yeah, he's got a great knack for being able to get where he wants to with the ball. His size and strength and agility certainly help him. And he understands angles. This guy is just a jump shot away from being virtually unguardable, in my opinion.
First free throw is good.
And the Australian Simmons is a star in the making thanks to his extremely versatile and high-level skill set and big frame.
Catching up on the changes for Philadelphia. Dwayne Dedmon's checked in for Embiid. Robert Covington comes in for Josh Jackson. And it's Rose in for Derek Favors. No good on the second free throw. The Heat leading by 10. And George kicks to Nurkic. Dinwiddie surveying the floor. Back to Nurkic. 6 on the shot clock. And here's George for 3. And the Heat, another 3.
Right there, I think you got to try and run George off his spot. I mean, he's a lights-out long-distance shooter and has great confidence.
Simmons passes to Dedmon. No good on the shot. Now the Heat take it the other way. And here's George for 3. Rebound by the 76ers. Outside Rose. It's Covington on the wing. Outside, Simmons. A fader. Misses off the left iron. Miami's gone 3 of 6 tonight when they've let it fly from downtown. The pass to Dinwiddie. 3-pointer. And it's Philadelphia with the rebound. Covington's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Knocked away. Rose finds Booker. And that one, good.
How about the concentration? He gets hit, but stays with the play and gets the finish.
Innovation and improvisation right there, Greg. Finding a way to get that shot to fall after taking the contact.
And Miami has possession. It's a 10-point game. Outside, George to the paint. Here's Nurkic. The shot's good on the assist by George. George has got assist number 5 here tonight.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Well, I agree with you. 4 of their last 5 baskets have been exactly of that variety.
No good from Booker.
He hit a couple in the first, but so far he's been unable to get uncorked here.
Herter goes up and lays it nice and easy. 9 points in the game so far.
And some guys just have a nose for scoring, and this one couldn't have been any easier.
Yeah, that was actually no defense at all there, Greg. I mean, layups don't come any easier than that. I mean, they're piling it on now. Whatever their plan was defensively that time, it didn't work. Not if it results in that shot.
Covington against George. Floats it up there for Nurkic. The shot, no good.
A highlight reel play all the way, just can't connect.
I thought the pass looked good and just came up a skosh short, but I like the initiative and the intention.
And guys, he's not an easy man to stop when he's got the rim in his sights.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher.
And guys, I like the fact that he chose the one-hand tomahawk slam because you get a little higher when you go off one hand and 1 foot.
That's good from Simmons. Here's Dinwiddie. No points in the game yet for him. High post, Nurkic to the wing right side. Herter defended by Booker. Shot clock at 5. Herter. It's Dedmon with the rebound. Dedmon's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. 76ers moving the ball around. No good from Booker. The Heat leading by 9. Herter defended by Booker. Kicks it to George. Pass to Nurkic. Miami needs to get a shot off. Jacks up a 3. The shot by George, no good.
And extending the D there, putting a lot of pressure on the shooter.
You're exactly right. Patrolling the perimeter well. And didn't allow the shooter to get off a clean look. That's what you would call A+ defense.
Yeah, that's just poor decision making. He's got to be better in those situations.
Greg, I just think he was in a hurry. He flat out rushed it. I mean, I don't know what he was thinking there. He actually was in a brain neutral position.
The 76ers trail by 11. Knocks it loose. Here's Rose. George with the defensive effort. Miami's gone 1 of 4 in three-point shots here in the third. Shoots over Covington. That doesn't go either for George. And Simmons has got the ball here for the 76ers. Rose kicks to Simmons. Pass to Dedmon. Covington in the corner. 6 to shoot. Goes back up. Dedmon's shot is off.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over it.
Dinwiddie with the bucket. Dinwiddie's got the lead up to 14 now for Miami.
Not the biggest fan of that shot, but he had the space to get it off, so why not?
George against Rose. The feed now to Simmons. Over George. The 76ers with another miss. From past the arc. And Simmons with the rebound. Simmons got 5 rebounds tonight. Here's Rose. The basket good off the assist from Simmons. Rose has got 6.
And that floater is something Rose has been comfortable with since he came into the league. It's only gotten better with time.
Now a timeout called by Miami.
They've been committing a lot of turnovers, and I imagine that's exactly what they're talking about right now. They need to tighten it up.
And the Heat with some changes. Drummond's checked in for Green. Justice Winslow comes in for George. And it's Fox in for Dinwiddie. Jackson, he's checked in for the 76ers. Lewis comes in for Booker.
I like watching Fox get going on offense. Has an outstanding feel for when to get his shot.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Dedmon dishes to Rose. Feeds it to Jackson. Nurkic with the block. And he gets it back.
Man, I love this kid's motor. Josh Jackson works hard all the time, but especially in the paint. Really gets after it and able to draw the foul.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the night right now. The first one falls.
And Josh Jackson, the 4th pick in that 2017 draft out of Kansas, a hyper-athletic 6'8", and he's got the handles, I think, to become a terrific slasher in the league.
So after making the first, he goes 1 for 2.
You know, when I saw Jackson back in college, I thought he was the best two-way player in the country. I mean, he's athletic, he's confident, he's aggressive. Man, he plays with the verve that you like to see a guy play with.
Ulis kicks to Dedmon. The 76ers have attempted 11 free throws today and converted 8 of them. The free throw drops for Dedmon. Both good from the line that time. 36 seconds left in the third quarter. Pass to Nurkic. Bobbed up there for Drummond. Hammers the alley-oop through.
He pulls off the Houdini to make that catch and slam it through.
Stupendous alley-oop.
And the crowd got their jaws dropped on that one. Total disbelief.
Ulis can't get it to go. Inside. Winslow, the pass to Fox. He kicks it to Nurkic. Over Jackson. And Nurkic with the basket on the assist by Fox. 16 points for Nurkic.
And it's been about that execution offensively. I mean, they have been superb.
Yeah, and you know, the ball moves faster than any bodies can, so that great ball movement and decision-making, they're making all the right moves, Greg.
And so it's the Miami Heat holding a big 18-point lead to close the quarter. From the field, they have been outstanding. Amazing shooting. That's what has them headed to a blowout. We've got more NBA basketball coming your way in just a minute. And let's take this opportunity now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with his feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Yeah, that's just a brilliant read of the defense. I mean, it was also excellent anticipation of the movement of his teammates before the pass. Just great harmony on all sides.
And there have been two very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. They've got Adebayo. He's out there at Nurkic, and it's Winslow in at the 3 spot. That's the group in the game for the Heat. Here's Nurkic. Here's Dinwiddie. It's Dedmon with the rebound.
When he's got that kind of positioning, he's got to score it. Got to score the ball from there.
Covington. It's hauled in by the Heat.
And there have been some terrible shot choices here, Kev. That's not a good look at all.
Herter. He's covered by Rose. Clock at 6. The pass to Dinwiddie. Here's Adebayo. And the rejection by Favors. And here's Rose outside. The three-pointer is right on target. Rose has got the first basket as we get going in the fourth for the 76ers. Dinwiddie kicks to Winslow. We've played just over 1 minute here in the fourth quarter.
Did you see the screen that was set for him? I mean, that was how he got to the hoop.
It was the classic screen play. Won't show up in the box score, but that screen deserves an assist.
Absolutely, Kevin. I mean, that took the defender right out of the play.
Nurkic with the block. Herter is covered by Rose. Oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard. To the inside. Covington kicks to Rose. It's Adebayo with the rebound. Adebayo's got 12 rebounds here tonight. Big time effort to the paint. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
Yeah, you know what? Dinwiddie is very dependable at serving his teammates on the court. Seems like a natural leader.
One shot, gentlemen.
Look at rebounding now, Clark. Teams relying less on one guy and more on collective team rebounding, especially, it seems, on the defensive end.
Yeah, and you think about it, Kevin, with the space and pace game, positionless basketball, if you will, or versatile basketball that takes place, more guys are spread out and away from the goal. Bigger guys are not always camped in the lane, so everybody's got to rebound the ball, more so today than in past decades because, again, the three-point shots are coming at a rapid rate. Longer rebounds are available now, so everybody's got to be attuned to rebounding the ball.
At the elbow, it's Winslow. Pass to Adebayo. An amazing finish with a hand right in his face. Adebayo's got 4 points now in the quarter. The 76ers have gone just 1 of 6 in the field to start the fourth quarter. A bit of a slowdown for them right now. Looking to end the run. And it's Miami with the rebound. Adebayo's got 14 rebounds for him tonight. Wow. Here's Dinwiddie. Good ball movement here by the Heat. And here's Winslow. Herter, he's covered by Rose. Adebayo, and contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. They get Derek Favors.
Shooting 2.
And he makes the first.
We're still waiting for that first miss from the line this half.
100% since halftime. Come on now. I'm not sure this lead's going away anytime soon with that kind of marksmanship.
And he makes both free throws. It had been the 90s, Clark, and we saw the pick and roll really become a common type play. Defenses have now adjusted somewhat, but many offenses still rely on it now.
Man, you go way back to the 50s and 60s. The pick and roll has been one of the hardest plays to defend since really basketball came into existence, quite honestly. Puts a lot of pressure on the defense. And now with the interchangeable parts that many teams have, you have the real challenge of small guys setting screens on big guys and creating havoc. So screen and roll action is always a very important part of the game and a hard set to cover well on defense.
Herter, there's the dish to Nurkic, and finish off by Nurkic.
And that's how you move the basketball. Awesome passing leading to the bucket.
And so Ulis will bring it up for Philadelphia. Passes it to Covington. Stolen. And stolen by Favors. That one falls.
You know, even though he's been on, they still are behind. I mean, there's only so much he can do.
Here's Dinwiddie. Kicks to Nurkic. They get a hand on it. He's got a clear path. Here's Ulis. Drops in the breakaway layup. Miami leading by 22. You know, there's always this debate, Clark. Could the best teams 20 years ago beat the best teams of today?
I think there would be some compelling matchups, and I think you would find winners on both sides from different eras. I really do. It's hard to compare just because of the difference in eras and periods, but really good championship teams typically could handle most teams in the current era. I believe that in all sports. So compelling matchups, and I do think some teams from a couple of decades ago could handle some of the teams that we see winning championships now.
Here's Nurkic. Lets it go from 11 and too long on the shot. The 76ers have gone 4 of 10 here in the final period. Not the time to go cold. Now the feed to Rose. And Ulis has it in the corner. Edmond passes to Rose. Shot clock at 6. Shoots from the high post. Doesn't go for him. The Heat go the other way with it. Herter defended by Covington. Here's Dinwiddie. And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle. And now a three-point play chance here for him.
Dinwiddie showing you some of that strength, excelling at taking the hit and working his way through it. And, you know, Spencer Dinwiddie appeared to come out of nowhere, played in college at Colorado, got hurt right before he was drafted, but he's an outstanding competitor who does all of the little things it takes to win. I mean, you watch him play, and it's easy to see why he earns a coach's trust on the floor.
And Philadelphia making a change here. Joel Embiid, he's checked in for Dwayne Dedmon. Josh Jackson comes in for Derek Favors. Devin Booker, he's checked in for Rose. And it's Ben Simmons in for Ulis. And for Dinwiddie, he has the sound fundamentals coaches love. Got an invite to the skills competition last season.
Yeah, he's fluid, but he's almost robotic in that he doesn't waste any movement, and that's a compliment for this guy. I mean, he's not really flashy, but super effective because he knows his game, and he does a nice job blending in with his teammates.
In the corner, it's Richardson. Pass to Dinwiddie. Richardson against Booker. Stolen by Jackson. 17-foot shot on the way. Count it, good.
Well, you can't lay back on Jackson now. That's when he burns you with this pull-up jump shot.
Here's Dinwiddie, guarded by Simmons. Nurkic kicks to Dinwiddie. It's good from long range. Dinwiddie's got 6 points in the quarter.
Not shy from outside. There's no doubt about that. Spreading the floor and getting them up.
Love the mentality there, I tell you. I know I've never coached, but, man, playing to win and being aggressive even with the lead as opposed to being safe and going into prevent offense, I'll take the former all day long. Play to win.
And Josh Richardson at the University of Tennessee was a pre-med student, plans on becoming a surgeon. But when the NBA became a possibility, he said he had to switch to an easier major.
And instead of spending 4 hours a day studying, he put that time into the gym. A terrific defender in college, was the two-time All-SEC defensive player. And with the newfound focus on basketball, he has blossomed as a scorer.
That's good from Richardson. Average value of an NBA team, Clark, over $1 billion. And I can't even believe I'm saying that, but the league wasn't always so healthy and always thriving the way it is now.
Yeah, every business goes through periods of prosperity and challenge. The league, NBA, no different. Early 80s, there were real struggles and challenges. Then there was a real bump as we got into the late 80s and into the 90s, plateaued a bit, and now we're on a great ascension. But the players and the league have really worked well together to bring the league to a greater level of popularity and success in this time period now. And you can't discount the big money from TV contracts. That fuels the fire quite a bit as well.
Outside, George. Down low. Whistle blows. Bucket is good, and he'll have a chance at the line to make it a three-point play.
And it's good to see George concentrate on getting the ball to the open man. Excellent floor awareness.
One shot, gentlemen.
Free throw good. Nurkic. 76ers shooting 40% in the fourth. And Simmons kicks to Booker. Outside for Simmons. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Embiid again with the block.
A defensive stalwart so far. That's 6 blocks.
Greg protecting the rim. Love the hustle.
I tell you, George is an amazing athlete. He's got great speed, and when he's in the open court running the break, that's a scary look for the defense. Embiid
kicks to Booker. teams of the past would often pound the offensive glass, Clark. I think of the '84 Celtics, but now teams are running only one, maybe two guys to the offensive boards.
I think a big part of it is transition defense is so important that teams now don't send as many people to the offensive glass. But the flip side of that is if you get offensive rebounds, you get opportunities to score, and you can thwart transition chances. So I tilt towards trying to get to the offensive glass as long as you've got a couple of guys that are really good at it.
Covington's shot is off.
Just tentative in the paint, lacking a little bit of confidence, allowed the defender to recover and contest that shot.
And Fox gets it to go.
Just increasing their advantage, and right now they're in a zone on both ends.
Yeah, you know, it's got to be terribly deflating for the opposition. Boy, they look helpless, really getting beat up physically and emotionally.
And the ball's tied up, so we'll have a jump ball.
You two players.
Tipped away. Miami with the ball. Miami's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. And there's the pass to George. He kicks to Nurkic. Shoots over Embiid. Nurkic can't hit.
Has to be disappointing seeing him miss that one, Kevin. I mean, the defense wasn't bad, but still, I think he needs to convert from there.
Jackson misses. Miami's gone past the three-point line for 13 of their shots. They're 6 of 13. George against Simmons. Here's Nurkic over Embiid. The jump shot from the baseline is right on target. And that's now 25 points for Nurkic.
And boy, did he ever sell the pump fake. Worked to absolute perfection.
Lobbed up there for Embiid.
Yeah, nice silky finish on the alley-oop from the stupendous feed.
That sequence couldn't have been executed any better.
Guys, I hope we get to see a few more of those.
Fox against Simmons. Pass to Covington. One of those ongoing discussions about adding a fourth referee, Clark. Would that help us, you think, call the game more accurately?
No, it would just crowd the court more.
Right.
I mean, come on, what are we talking about here? There's a human element to everything we do. Calls are going to be missed. We've grown and gotten better in highlighting different aspects of calls, being more transparent about it. The video replay, I think, has been more good than bad in the game. There are going to be mistakes. You make them, I make them, the referees make them, coaches make them, players make them. We can't totally eliminate the human element of the game. A fourth official would not add to the ability to get more calls right. They're getting 94, 95% of them right now. You think another official is going to move the needle? Come on.
Fox against Simmons. To the middle. Five seconds separating the shot and game clocks. A nice shot by Booker.
Textbook, nice pass, great catch, even better finish.
And here's Miami. And Miami can just let the clock run down here. Simmons against Fox. And so Miami takes this one by a big margin. They poured it on tonight. Dominant showing in front of a crowd that loved every minute of it.
And, you know, this game could really be a defining one for what they can do when they are playing at their best. I mean, being here at home no doubt helps, and the execution was flawless.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks very much, Paul. Congrats on the win. Where is your team's attitude right now?
Continue to, play together, and we can just stick to that. Keep working, staying confident, keep defending, and knocking shots down. We'll be all right.
Looked like it all came together tonight, Paul. Thanks very much. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. And that'll do it, folks. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan along with our terrific 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. And we'll see you next time.